Evening all, welcome to yet another edition of DXB today as we slowly grind our way towards the end of what has been another outstanding season of coverage here on DXB today. But you know what that means as we come towards the end of a season, we look ahead to the long summer. Summer plans, you got them sorted yet? Do you know where you're going? Do you know why you're going? Do you know how much it's going to cost you? If you've still got a few question marks in the calendar, hopefully we have the answers for you tonight. Here's what's coming up.
Faris signs up for a day of unexpected meals, adventures and experiences curated by the founders of the Scratch List, the coolest adventure card game in town.
That looks good. And we have the talented singer Victoria Newman live in the studio. So, summertime. It's happening, it's there, it's happening.
Yeah.
Where are we going? We're here. Where are you going? What you got planned?
I am still formalising my plans at the moment. It's a difficult one, isn't it? It's an interesting one as well because traditionally it has been, you've seen the exodus. You see, as soon as schools go out, certainly during the summer months, you see this place get a lot quieter. In recent years, certainly post-COVID, we've seen a lot more people sticking around during the summer or spending more time here as well. That's why we've got all sorts of activities you can do during the summer that we're going to highlight here tonight. But they're all important, getting on a plane and getting somewhere. One thing you can guarantee, at the moment it's going to cost you a bit more this year.
Yeah.
So if you are watching what you spend at the moment, then that's going to make some sort of impact. But hopefully with things getting booked up, flights getting booked up, things getting expensive, we've got a few pointers for you tonight. That's a long way of saying I've got absolutely no
Nothing,
idea
so
what
you're
I'm
staying here. Ash,
Long
where are you
story
going?
short.
I mean, remember that time when we met in Paris?
Yes. Oh
Excuse
my
me?
gosh, that was
Excuse me?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not just me and
It's the
him.
right
No,
platform?
no. So this was many years
It
ago.
was
Gosh,
many
was it
years ago.
2016?
Summer.
You know what? We should do that again. Maybe plan it better this time around. I'm curious to know, what kind of traveler are you? I don't take you for someone who plans everything to the T.
No, completely not. I'm one of those completely freestyle travelers. I do have some sort of plans, but then I really like to go with the flair of my...
I wouldn't say I plan everything to the T, but one thing I try to get in is restaurant reservations, because unlike Dubai, where it's fairly easy to get restaurant reservations, I mean, if you go to cities like London and stuff, unless you book it like 3 years in advance, forget it, you're not eating at Bacchanalia. So, you know, that's the sort of traveler I personally am.
Well, I mean, look, we got amazing people that we're going to come on the show today, and we've got some tips and tricks and all of those good things about saving, about knowing where to spend, what to spend and who with. But our guest co-host is an expert in that, so let's find out who that is.
I'm Zahirah Marty, travel TV show host and destination marketing specialist. I can't wait to see you all very soon.
Zahirah will join us right here in just a little bit, speaking to us about the adventures, and Faris went down to discover hidden gems in the city with the founder of Dubai's special card game, the Scratch List. Check it out.
Listen up, foodies and adventure lovers of Dubai, because the brainchild of Dubai List is back again for the second edition of the Scratch List. This is a pack of cards which is going to take all the guesswork out of what you decide to do in your weekday or your weekend. We've got tons of different locations and they come with fantastic discounts. I'm going to go on an adventure myself, but first I'm going to stop off right here at Le Petit Café for some breakfast with a very special person. And we start off our day of adventure with breakfast at Le Petit Café, one of the restaurants which is featured here on the Scratch List. And here I am with the founder of the Scratch List and Dubai List, Haya Karban. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So I know that Dubai List started first. Tell us a little bit about that, how you got started with it.
Okay, so basically it's a food blog based in Dubai, but we don't only feature food, we also look at activities, beach clubs, basically anything fun that you want to spend your weekend doing. So I started it probably like 3-4 years ago now. And it just kind of started for fun because I used to be in the oil and gas industry, but I would always like exploring like different places in the weekend, like hidden gems, like really authentic places, the new hotspots, the new things that are opening up in Dubai. So I was always kind of like on top of it.
It's great because I think you're at 200,000 followers now on the
Yeah,
Dubai
just
list.
yesterday, actually, we hit 200,000.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And of course, this is not the first edition of the Scratch List. Tell us a little bit about the Scratch List and how the first edition went.
I think it's in the US. It's like a couple's adventure book or something, and it comes with a Polaroid. And basically, a couple would scratch, get like a nice date idea, go there, have the date, and then take a Polaroid snap and then stick it in the book to like make a book of memories. And it would be like a deck of cards with a bunch of different things to do. People would scratch and then find out where they're going, and it would be something that I personally love and do myself in Dubai. So that way they're guaranteed to go somewhere fun. They scratch, find out where they're going, and then they go have a good time.
Well, the place we are now, Le Petit Cafe, is from the breakfast list, so
Yeah.
I cannot wait to get some food, have a little bit of coffee, and I know that there's going to be a whole day planned, and it's all going to be from the Scratch List. So thank you so much, Aya. Well, hey, breakfast was absolutely delicious, and I know that everything in the Scratch List is your recommendation, right?
Yes.
So I need to start thinking about lunch. Should we use the Scratch List?
Okay. I hope you get one of my favorite spots. Actually, they're all my favorites, but
I think I'm going to go for this one. Apparently, I'm going to San Juan hand-pulled
oh,
noodles.
perfect. You'll love it.
Is it good?
Yes.
All right.
Really authentic Chinese food.
Cannot wait to try it. Well, the Scratch List has brought me here. This is from the dining list, and I'm so happy it did. We are at San Juan, authentic hand-pulled noodles, and everything about this place screams authentic, handmade, and fresh. Everything you see in front of you, everything that is sold here is made in-house. Nothing's frozen, nothing's imported, it's all made here. I got myself some chicken noodles, I got myself some beef, I've got some dumplings, and you can finish off your meal with one of these amazing salt egg macaroons. Well, that was absolutely delicious. You definitely need to come down here, and if you do, make sure you don't leave without getting some San Juan mild chili sauce. You can have a little bit of taste at home. It is absolutely to die for, but I feel like I need to burn some calories, so I'm just going to check my little Scratch List, and our next stop is going to be, oh, it looks like I'm kayaking. Can't wait. This is amazing. I mean, I love these transparent kayaks from Aquatech. I'm enjoying the fresh air, I'm enjoying the sunlight, the sunset looks gorgeous, it's nice being out on the waves, and you know what? It's very good to get my arms moving as well, especially after eating all that food. So thank you, Aquatech, thank you, the Scratch List. Well, I have had an absolutely amazing day, all thanks to the Scratch List and the Dubai List. Definitely get your hands on a pack. It's only 150 dirhams and could potentially save you 3,000 dirhams if you use it. Make sure to get it online at the Scratch List from Dubai List.
Just to let you know, we do have it on good authority that Ferris did actually make it back on Dubai land. We're led to believe, all right? He hasn't yet been seen, but
I think we should shoot him a quick text just to double check.
Put an alarm or something like that.
Faris, if you're watching, send us a text.
Yeah, Ferris give you some great ideas of things to do right here in town if you're sticking around. Now, if you are heading out, our guest co-host today is somebody you want to be listening to, an award-winning travel show host, highlighting diverse destinations and cultures in the region and further afield, redefining travel content through captivating storytelling. Absolute pleasure to welcome back to DXB today, Zahirah Marty. Zahirah, good to see you as always.
Thank you. Always great being back on this couch.
No, it's great to have you on board. And it's interesting, isn't it? You know, when you think about sort of, I find the trends interesting as well, because this time last year when we were talking about getting away and it was all about experiential travel and we'd all been confined and we were breaking out of the confines of COVID and we wanted something a bit different. Is that still the case when it comes to travel, or have things changed in the last 12 months?
I think travel's evolved massively over the last 12 months. You're seeing a lot more thematic, it's also another word, like experiential. There's a lot of these like buzzwords, right, that are flying around a lot of industries, but it's you're seeing a lot of wellness travel or adventure travel or very sort of niched down experiences that people, it's not just adventure travel anymore. It's like I'm going on a wellness adventure travel, or I'm going on a girls trip yoga retreat travel, or, which is great because it really allows you to refine and chisel down an experience based on what you need to tick in that little box list that fits that criteria.
So Zahra, one of these experiences that a lot of people are doing now is the eco travel. Now that's something that I want to know more about and get your take on it, not only from a nice perspective, but price-wise, a bit cheaper, right?
It is a bit cheaper because you can tailor make it to be as eco-ish, as part of nature-ish as you like, right? Like if you roll out a sleeping bag in the middle of the bush, it's very eco-centered travel. But I think sustainability and conscious travel, which is what I would sort of umbrella label that entire category of travel, is something that's taken a lot more of a center stage lately because people are a lot more conscious about their footprint. You're seeing a lot more impact on environment that's drawing a lot of awareness. Influencers are becoming either a very positive aspect of travel or very negative, depending on what they do and how they do it. So eco, yes, can be very cost effective, but you can end up in one of these really luxurious, eco-friendly, sustainable lodges, and it could cost you an arm and a leg. So it just depends what you, and that's the beauty of travel, right? You can pick and choose and build it to be whatever you want it to be.
So it's not like camping, it's like glamping.
Glamping, I mean, that word has evolved in many ways, yeah.
Just adding a G to it is not going to convince me to go camping, is what I always say when I hear the word glamping. Zahirah, do you also think that in this modern age of digital nomadism, because people can work remotely, you don't necessarily have to be confined to an office, the UAE government is actually encouraging people to work from home? When we say home, you could be, I don't know, eating pasta in Italy somewhere.
Absolutely.
So do you think people are choosing to travel more since, you know, they just need to have a laptop to get the job done?
I think so, and I think nomadic travel has changed the way we all work and live. I mean, the UAE has embraced it incredibly with the visa offering and the setup that we have within the city of Dubai to do that. But you're seeing it through COVID from places like Bali or Africa. I mean, there was the big joke in the memes around that time of the Zoom backgrounds changing, right? Like your Zoom background falling in and out. But that has taken a life of its own, really, in that you can be in Bali, in Dubai, anywhere in the world, and you're connected. You have great Wi-Fi. You can be in meetings at any time of the day. And we're all moving towards that sort of flexibility. As long as you have a good connection, you're connected. Doesn't matter where in the world you are.
What's that other buzzword that's doing the rounds? Bleisure. I don't like
no.
business and
no,
pleasure
that doesn't work
at the
for
same
me.
time. Doesn't
No.
work for me. No.
That one hasn't sunk.
Leave your laptop at home, all right?
No.
People just enjoy. Listen, let's talk about the traveller at the moment, because you mentioned about how the travel scene and the travel industry has evolved and is evolving so rapidly. Is the traveller as well, are we becoming a lot more sort of educated in A, what we want, but B, how to get it as well?
150%. And it's a good thing, and it's a challenging thing for the travel industry, right? Because someone that's a little bit more susceptible to sell to is easier to sell to. But saying that, the more evolved, let's say, traveler is interesting in the sense that you have to have your messaging down pat. You have to tell them stories. You can't just sell them on pretty pictures. So it's challenging a lot of support industries like influencer marketing or social media, because it's not just about seeing someone in isolation on a stilled image or single 30-second video standing under this beautiful waterfall. It's, well, I want to know, how do I get there? What are the risks of me being in that environment? Like, zoom out from what I'm seeing, give me a bigger picture, tell me a bigger story, which is great for people like me because we tell stories for a living. So it really helps what I do. But it is nice to see that interest in sustainability, in conscious travel, in being aware of the impact travel is making in environments. And that, I think, is a great way to be moving forward.
So what locations would you say are really some of the great locations? You mentioned Bali.
Oh, how much time have you got?
Yeah, I know. But like something recent that that is really catching waves at the moment.
There's been a few. Africa really came to the forefront during COVID. I think it was one of those continents that was open and available and people had accessibility to places like Rwanda. I was in Botswana 3 weeks ago, and that absolutely blew my mind. I've done the bush multiple times. I'm from Africa. I've done loads of countries, but seeing the Okavango Delta for the very first time and the water with the bush, with the wildlife, was an unbelievable experience. just the condensate, like the amount of wildlife in that area, I've never seen. I saw 3 kills in 4 days. Wow. And in my, I won't say how many years of life, I hadn't seen any. So it was unbelievable. If you go Asia-wise, there's incredible destinations, your Vietnams, your Cambodias, and they're cost-effective as well. Japan's always at the top of any list for me. I mean, I'll eat my way around Japan on any given day, really. Canada is something, you know, I know a lot of people flock to New York, and I mean, California is a beautiful destination, but Canada's come up a lot. There's just so many incredible places if you go back to Asia, like Korea, that I think has been skipped a lot, but really needs to get a lot of attention and a lot of love. Singapore. Yeah. I explored a tiny little portion of the corner of Malaysia called Desaru Coast a week ago, which was absolutely incredible, just hidden on the South China Sea. Wow. So I think we just need to move away from the traditionals. You know, I know we love the Londons and we love the Parises, but they're always going to be there. Yeah. We've probably done them. So let's venture a little wider, shall we?
It's true. It's such a pleasure to have you here, Zahirah. Please stick around. And it's a pleasure because you're hardly ever here as well. Like you said, like 3 weeks ago I was here, last week I was there. Like that, you're always traveling. So it's really good to have you here. And please stick around, yeah?
I shall.
Thank you. Cool. So coming up, we find out more trending travel destinations with the team behind the world's leading international communications company for tourism, hospitality and lifestyle brands. It's Ava Reps, so don't go anywhere.